Alright, hi everyone, how's it going? So I'm going to bring you guys something a little bit different today, pulling out blue-white spirits. Just wanting to put a bit of variety up, and it's not going to be a constant thing, but I just want to, give you guys something different and something exciting. So firstly, I started with this list I found on Top 8. I can't remember the name of the person that put it up there, but if you have a look, he came first place in some event, and this was his list unchanged. So he had a Stoneforge Mystic package of 4 Stoneforge, Sword of Feast and Famine, Sword of Fire and Ice, and Batterskull, with 2 Giver of Runes here. I did play test this in a league and I went pretty bad. I went 1-4. It probably could have been a 2-3, but I just really didn't like Stoneforge in the deck because you're wanting to drop your different spirits to apply pressure, but then you're also wanting to leave up mana to equip Stoneforge, and maybe I should have just been playing Stoneforge late game, like turn 4 or turn 5, once my hand was already empty. Maybe I was playing it wrong, but I was just playing it on curve, getting it out there, and it really did not impress me at all. So then I switched over here. I originally had the 2 givers, but I got rid of them. I brought in 2 eagles, Empyrean eagles, however you say it. Just only having 8 lords between the Supreme Fountain and the Drogskull Captain seemed a bit sad to me, so I brought them in. I brought some Selfless Spirits in, because that's something the deck was missing, and I think it's a very powerful card. Gives you another 3 2-drops alongside with Rattle Chains, so that you can just get that 2 power attacking instead of the 1 power off Phantom. Unsettled Mariners are really good, but unfortunately it doesn't fly. I'd say that's pretty well its only weakness in the deck. I'm also including 2 Force of Negation just because I'm in blue. I love the card. And I think having a split between Mausoleum Wanderer being 4 and having those extra 2 counterspells in the deck, I sort of like it. So yeah, sideboard. Moving across. Sorry, I didn't really give you a huge thing of the main deck. So, Mausoleum Wanderer's got an ability where it can counter target instant or sorcery equal to X, where X is its power. When a spirit enters the battlefield under your control, it'll get +1/+1 until end of turn. So you got a flash creature here in Rattle Chains. It also gives all your other spirits flash, which is really cool. And any spirit entering either from cast or from Aethervial activation will trigger this and buff this. On top of that, it's also buffed full time by your Supreme Phantom, your Drogskull Captain, and your Empyrean Eagles. So that's really sweet as well. So yeah, Rattle Chains, Flash Breed Spirit. It gives hexproof to target spirit, which is pretty good. And then there's the second line where it gives all your spirit spells flash. That's really strong too. Selfless Spirit, you can sacrifice it to give your creatures indestructible until end of turn. Very handy against Wrath effects. Supreme Verdict, looking at you. Supreme Phantom's just a 1/3 spirit. It doesn't attack very well, but it does block very well, and that's sort of its main function. That's why you want to be running out like these 2-drop creatures beforehand, and then backing it up with this creature to buff it the turn after. That, or if you go like turn 1 Mausoleum Wanderer into turn 2 Phantom, that's attack for 3. Unsettled Mariner will counter spells or abilities that target permanents I control or myself, unless they pay 1, so that's pretty funky. It's only when I become target though, so if they cast like a Thoughtseize or a kill spell or something, or a lightning bolt at my face, whatever it might be, this ability won't apply if I Aethervial it in. It already needs to be on the battlefield. So coming across, Drogskull's Captain's really sweet. It gives my other spirits 1/1 and hexproof. Phantasmal Image can copy any creature, so that can copy to give hexproof here. You can copy Drogskull Captain, so if you have 1 out and then 2 mana to play the other one, all your spirits will have hexproof. And then immune to kill spells. It's just wrath effects you worry about. Empyrean Eagle, just a lord as we said before. Spellqueller, I'm sure you've seen the card, it's really good. It can process and exile a spell on the stack as long as its converted mana cost is 4 or less, and that will happen despite whether or not you're casting it from your hand or activating the Aether Vial in. So sideboard, we've got our Stony Silencers, we've got our Rest in Peace, we've got our Disenchants, so there's Artifact Hate, Graveyard Hate, and then Artifact Enchantment Instant Speed Hate. The list I actually saw was running Spell Pierce instead of Disdainful Stroke, but I figure I only really want it for big mana spells anyway. This hits creatures and stuff against Tron. Still hits you like Jason Mind Sculptors and all of that. It's just a guaranteed counter instead of a soft counter. 1 Ceremonious Rejection, 3 Deputies, really good, exile things with other names. And 1 Ashiok for our Primeval Titan matchup, and 2 Damping Spheres. Yeah, it should be noted, so I'm going to jump into a leg. It should be noted that when you're playing black decks, they do bring in Plague Engineer against you, and that card's really annoying. It's a massive beating, so if you're versing a black deck post board, you might want to bring in a couple of those as a hedge to sort of counter. I did get like 3 for 1 in one game because I took a couple of blocks and they played Plague Engineer post combat. That felt pretty bad, but that was a misplay on my part. I didn't really expect it, so it caught me off guard. So obvious Mal. If we had like 1 land, might be keepable with Aether Vial, but even then we don't have a 1 mana creature, or really we've got 2 mana creatures. They're not very aggressive though. Okay, so yeah, we can keep this. We need to hit a 3rd mana source, but it's not too bad. Mulligan decision here is interesting. I might bottom the Selfless Spirit, I reckon. Maybe the Phantasmal Image. No, I'll get rid of the Phantasmal Image. That way I can go turn 1 Wanderer, turn 2 Selfless Spirit, turn 3 Drudgeskull, and if they try to destroy it, I can fetch it out in... I can sack it in response and destroy my... save my Drudgeskull. Alright, so we'll go Spirit... Uncounterable Mausoleum. Pass the turn. I would like to have Phantasmal Image to get double Drudgeskull. Drogskol Captain, sorry. Pronouncing it a bit interestingly there. But yeah, that's not... I didn't know what was on top of my library, obviously, and I did value the Selfless Spirit with no information about what my opponent was doing. Now seeing their green, I'd probably prefer it the other way, but that's okay. Okay, so it's a Sanctuary, so we're probably versing Amulet Titan here. Alright. So this Selfless Spirit's not that important here, so I'm going to run out my Supreme Phantom and just get that extra damage happening. Also, we'll add static toughness and power to Mausoleum Wanderer, so if they summon us pact, we can counter it if they don't pay 2. Depending on how they tap their mana and what they're doing, we might be able to catch it. So next turn I really want to see a land source, just so I can curve out into Drudgeskull. Keep hitting big. And hopefully we play this, and then the turn after we can go Selfless Spirit and get some protection against Engineered Explosives. So I really like the deck. I think it's a little bit too slow, but it's also pretty grindy. You don't have to be that quick. The evasiveness on all your creatures, apart from those soldiers, yeah, it's pretty good. It plays pretty well. Alright, so our opponent's currently got access to 4 mana. He'll go up to 5 next turn. If that 5th is that castle, he'll be able to play Primeval Titan off of it. In response, we could sack Selfless Spirit and protect our creatures. And then Path Upkeep, and I guess that has to be good enough. Yeah, I guess. So play this pre-combat so your Mausoleum Wanderer gets the buff from the ETB. We'd probably have a bit of a better time against this deck, as opposed to some other decks, like Jund or Death Shadow or something, because we just fly over the top of all their zombie tokens, so as long as we keep our life total healthy, sort of disrupt them from going too quickly, we should be okay. We could potentially bring in Disdainful Stroke, but if they have Cabin of Souls for their giant, that's going to look pretty upsetting. Our opponents played Steve and a second Steve, so it looks like they're looking to go off next turn with Scape Shift. So they currently have 5, 6, 7 mana, so that's enough to play Dryad of Ishgulon, or however you say it, and yeah, we'll play out our Aether Vial, and also Scape Shift in the same turn, which could be what they're going for. So in response, we'll just path the Dryad, and then if they start targeting things at our creatures, we can sack the Selfless Spirit. Oh, what am I doing? I can't cast Path to Exile. I'm playing like that's a Hallowed Fountain right now. That's kind of sad. I've got like literally 1 copy of Cavern in my deck, and I've seen 3 draws and I haven't seen a land. So sad. We might not be dead. We might be able to interact by sacking this Mausoleum Wanderer. But yeah. Probably the better line would just be attack there, leave Aether Vial in hand, and leave up instant speed Rattle Chains, so I can pump this up to 3 power. Oh, hello. I bought the Empyrean Eagles, and yeah, it for some reason decided the chat wanted to come up then. Yeah, it's a pretty good deck. Eventually I think I want to get into like Twitch streaming and stuff. I do a little bit when I stream, or when I record at the moment. I'm not right now because my internet's been a bit silly recently, and like there's no point streaming if you don't have a stable connection. But like building this deck gives me the chance to build like Merfolk and humans and stuff, because there's a bit of card overlap. Then, or even Hate Bears as well. Have a bit of variety for if I'm streaming. Keep up the Bubbles content, of course, because that's the whole reason I made the channel. But yeah, just see if I can grow my viewer base slightly by, you know, playing different decks. And also so I clicked through that. I probably should have made them pay the mana just then. I can always save it for Scape Shift though, so it's not that important. So in response to this, do I want to do anything? With this on the stack, I probably want to sack my Selfless Spirit so they don't start poking out my creatures with Valacult triggers. And yeah, on top of that, it gives you guys a look at other decks, and you can see how they play out, and hopefully it gives you a better understanding of them and how to counter them when you're playing. So right now they can... It's a bit frustrating. They can stack both Steves, and then they can potentially look to Scape Shift, but they can't just yet because we'll counter it with the Mausoleum Wanderer. So they'll probably wait till next turn. The annoying thing is Instant speed, they have 3 sack effects to bolt down our creatures, and we're probably just losing off of that. So like here, while this is on the stack, I'm pretty sure they're just going to fetch. Okay, they're going to let us start doing stuff. That seems dangerous. Okay, so we hit our land. This is only on 1. We didn't hit a white land, so we can't even freaking path the thing. That's so frustrating. They're quite low though. So if we just play Dodge Skull Captain, we can potentially attack and win if they're not shooting our creatures. I'm guessing they're going to shoot in response, but we'll see. Make them do the pretty basic line. Because this will be lethal. Alright, they got it. So seeing the Steves, I don't think it's Amulet Titan, I think it's just Scapeshift. Ashiok's still really good here. We want the deputies, we want to be able to deal with those Dryads of Ishalon. Stainful Stroke isn't too bad either. And Damping Sphere's pretty good. So that's a lot of cards. Path's not too bad. Selfless Spirit, I know we used it there, but it's not amazing. Like, I'd probably prefer the flash speed that Rattle Chains gives me on my other creatures over whatever else is going on. So we don't want to dilute down too much. I don't think Unsettled Mariner is good enough. We might need to be worried about things like Anger of the Gods as well, given what their deck actually is. Given Anger, Selfless Spirit's probably a bit better there. In fact, maybe I just want all my Selfless Spirits. Do I want or need Force of Negation? It doesn't counter Dryad, but it counters Scapeshift and Amulet and Engineered Explosives. And this will only counter Scapeshift. But it's a mana cheaper. Alright, let's just take these out. We'll run this. Alright, yeah, this hand's good enough. No turn 1 play. But we can get a fetch a tapped Hallowed Fountain. Then we got turn 2 Rattle Chains into a couple of turn 3 creatures. Should be pretty good. If we draw a Spell Queller, that could be really, really handy as well. Alright, so we'll just pass here and we'll hold up instant speed Rattle Chains, and then we can either do an instant speed creature, or we'll see what they do with their turn. We might just want to get the damage happening. So they're playing Explore, Bounce Land, no Forest, okay, that's not too bad. So yeah, right now these Damping Spheres I've brought in look freaking terrible. Alright, I just accidentally clicked through, which is irritating because we're going to miss out on a point of damage here. I still think we want to play our Drogskull Captain, and we might as well play instant speed now, and then we can also play Supreme Phantom plus hold up Path, depending on what our opponent's doing. Maybe it's not terrible that we click through there. So yeah, me including these Eagles is just taking my Lord count up to 10, but I don't want to go the full set in case they, because I'll have too many 3-drops. I'll have like 12 3-drops, and that's a bit sad. I might go the whole set. I want to try a Bant version as well, but that's a little bit interesting. Just because most of the Bant decks play Collected Company, but I think I'd just play 4 of these in the slot of Collected Company. Collected Company is, you know, nice and good and strong and whatever else, but it's not a guaranteed anything, where this is a guaranteed Lord every time, and a 2-3 body is like a much better blocker, or like a 3-4 body when it gets buffed by something else. Much better blocker than just a well, I guess Drogskull Captain, which is a 2-2, or these 2-1s and things like that. Like your good blockers are your Supreme Phantoms, your Spell Quellers, and your Eagles. Alright, so he doesn't have he's not close to mountains, he's just going for green and white sources here. So I think this deck relies heavily on Dryad of Ixalan. However you say that damn thing. I feel okay about this game. I think we're going to get there. Like, because if they play Dryad and then Scapeshift, we just path the Dryad in response to Scapeshift. Prime time. Okay, well that gets down. That'll get to lands, an untapped red source and a haste source, or what is he doing? Looks like this deck set itself up to be really strong against Stamping Sphere, so I might take those out in game 3, if we get to a game 3. Field of the Dead. Well, that's not going to do too much against me. Is he hoping we just don't kill him and then next turn he can attack for lethal? Something? I don't know. Seems weird. Path. You got it. Yes, I will. We'll get a Plains. I'm going to fire my path off here now as well. I have a lot of mana, but there could be a world where I want to play Supreme Fountain and a 3 mana Lord and attack for lethal in the same turn, and yeah, it's just not worth holding it up. Yeah, so here we play Phantom, and then we can attack for 7. That gets him close. Really close. So they can't kill us by attacking, but if they attack and then Scapeshift, we're in a bit of trouble, or if they just Scapeshift full stop. Assuming they're running enough mountains to trigger, of course, but they might not be. They just seem to be so heavily reliant around that Dryad. Look at all these green and whites. Alright. So I'm taking 12 damage here. I think it's worth blocking. I think I have lethal anyway. any creature attacking will kill him except for Supreme Fountain. So if they like lightning bolt my Supreme Phantom afterwards, that's okay, because I'd only be attacking for 1 with it. Does he got like fog or something? Playing for information, maybe? He could have Settle the Wreckage here. That could be something we want to play around. And he could have double paths, so maybe we'll play around. Yeah, let's attack with 2. Let him have 1 answer, not 2 paths in hand. Or the Settle the Wreckage, and then we can just block what's on the ground, hopefully survive. Okay. Played around Blessed Alliance too. But not Blessed Alliance plus path. So, as I said, we want these Damping Spheres out. I did see Path to Exile, so might want a couple of these Unsettled Mariners back in. Maybe not too many, because they can't block. I still haven't seen an amulet. Alright, let's run it. Yeah, cool. Let's keep it. It doesn't have too much interaction, but we have a creature that can counter stuff, and we have a creature that gives indestructible, and we have a curve, we have interaction in Deputy. Yeah. Pretty happy with this. Pretty happy. They've kept a 7 as well. Once upon a time, you got it, opponent. Valakut. Did I even take my Damping Spheres out? I did, good. I was wondering if I got sidetracked and took something else out instead. Like a scrub. Apparently I did not. So go team. Go team. Opponent's dealing damage to himself, which is nice. So they do have the castle, Garen Brigg. Okay, we just drew Supreme Phantom. I think I like Supreme Phantom just for that static effect. So otherwise this only activates for 1. I'd really like to see a Force of Negation soon, but we'll see. There's the Dryad, so they can play an extra land. They don't have it. Okay. But they do have Primeval Titan next turn. We've got 1 path in hand. We've also got a Selfless Spirit. So we can either Deputy this away, or we can play Selfless Spirit and hold up path. I guess we could get a bit of extra value if we... Yeah, that seems fine. This card loses a lot of value against Path to Exile that our opponent has already shown. We'll get in. Okay, that's a good chunk of damage. We're going to be able to attack back for 3, 6, 7, 10 next turn. That's not bad. Getting them very close to dead, but not quite. So yeah, as you can see, just the interactive elements of this deck, the fact that you've got flying creatures, gives it a lot of game. Really quite a sweet deck. Oh, they're playing Search for Tomorrow. Right. So in response to that... Alright, this is on the stack, so they're not going to get their extra land drop this turn. So we path this now. They won't get a Valacult trigger from the land entering, and they won't be able to play an extra land anymore, so that's pretty good. I wish I had these deputies at instant speed this next turn. Alright. Let's attack for, what is it, 10? And hope we get there. Unless it goes up by more than that and I miscounted. No, it's exactly 10. Yeah. So that'll put them to 2. And then we just gotta hope. And if they do something big where they're going to shoot our creatures, we've got Selfless Spirit. We've also got Mausoleum Wanderer to help protect. I think we've got there. So yeah, these decks are good. If you have a pretty good knowledge of the meta and you know what to play around and things like that, interactive decks, you gain a lot of win percentage on them as opposed to just linear aggro decks. You gain more win percentage knowing the meta and what to play around with a deck like this than what you do with like Bogles. But it's still important in Bogles. If you want to win as many games as possible, you need to be able to predict what your opponent could be doing. So just with the turn where I pathed their Dryad, because they had 4 land in hand, they could have just played this Plains from their hand, which we knew they had, instead of casting Search for Tomorrow, and then they would have got 1 free Bolt on one of our creatures or to our face. We should have upkeeped, either draw stepped or upkeeped, pathed the Dryad away, so that he couldn't do that. I guess I was getting a little bit fancy trying to play around Primeval Titan. But yeah, couldn't. That was a slight misplay which we didn't get punished on. But if they bolted away like our Supreme Phantom, for example, we would have attacked for 3 less last turn and 2 less the turn before that, so it's pretty relevant. Alright, here comes Prime Time. Oh, Dryad. And then Scape Shift. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, what's going on? Steve makes me less scared. Did they search out the... So now they're targeting our Supreme Phantom. We can sacrifice this in response. They'll need to crack the other Steve, which will still get Drogskol Captain. Wait, no, they're just giving me Indestructible? Okay. Cool, we got there. Maybe I should have countered the Summoner's Pact with my Mausoleum Wanderer. Maybe he was trying to bait it. But yeah, we just attack and win. I probably should have slowed that down a little bit to play optimally. Maybe got a little bit lucky. In a tighter game, that probably would have mattered, and it probably would have cost me the game. Yeah, another reason why I think Bant would be cool is because you get like turn 1 Noble Hierarch into turn 2 Spell Queller, which just seems really obnoxious and fantastic, and I'd love to do it. So no turn 1 creature, but Selfless Spirit, Spell Queller, Path. Yeah, we got pretty good interaction here. We've got a Cavern to make this uncounterable too. Mono Red Prowess. I am assuming. Could be something else. Lost connection. Alright, I'm going to pause until they come back, guys. Okay, looks like our opponent has reconnected. Alright, so we'll just play the Hallowed Fountain, save some life here. Pass it over. If they got like a Killing Fiend, we can path it. Runaway Steam Engine. Okay. I'm less scared of that. I think we might want to... How do we want to navigate this? We could look to path their big thing and then next turn Spell Queller. Or we could run out a creature, look for it to eat a kill spell. Like if they lightning bolt it or something. Sure, let's run out one of these Selfless Spirits. He's probably just gonna like Manamorphose into Crash Through into whatever. Make this thing big. And then next turn we'll have the option Lava Dart. What's he targeting with Lava Dart? My face. Okay. Now light up the stage. Okay, that seems reasonable. Let's see what we have to worry about next turn. Swift Spear or Lava Spike? And this turn they're attacking 3. Casting back Lava Dart to kill my thing. Alright, that's fine. So they must have a land in hand. Attack for 4. Wait, no, they remove 3 mana. Okay, yep. Alright, I'm getting beat up pretty hard here. Maybe I should have held the Path to Exile up. Dang, this deck goes off fast. Damping Sphere is going to be pretty nice here post-board though. Wow, they're just cycling through a lot. They're not killing us this turn though, unless they've got a few more Manamorphos or a few more Crash Throughs. They've only got 2 cards in hand. They're going to have to run out of steam eventually, right? Jesus. Things are so fat. Wow. So he got the Bedlam Reveler as well? Because he can like attack for... Wait, he's just got lethal. Holy crap. Alright. Opponent's brought game. Holy crap. I think that was one of their better hands. Even when I play with Boggles against them, they don't go off that hard ever. Rest in Peace can stop them flashing back Lava Dart or casting a Thingamabob. Thingamabob is Bedlam Reveler, by the way. Don't want to overboard here. Deputy seems good, but turn 3 might be a little bit slow. The rest of this does nothing, except that can counter Bedlam Reveler, but that's literally all it does. It definitely is not worth it. So Eagles might be a bit slow if I'm bringing in deputies. Might want to leave in 2 images. 1 image. 1 image seems better than Selfless Spirit to me. Alright, let's run this. Yep. Hand looks good. I wish I had Noble Hierarch for that turn 2 Spell Queller. That would be so good. We'll build the tickets and we'll work towards it. We'll keep winning lots of games. We'll build our tickets. And we'll get there. That was all natural damage by my opponent last game too, because we played a turn 1 tapped Hallowed Fountain and a turn 2 Cavern of Souls, and they still did all that nonsense. Alright. So we could deck thin, or we could save a life later. I think we want to save as much life as possible. I'm just going to path here. I'm going to vial in my Mausoleum Wanderer and try to counter like a Manamorphose or something. Alright, we probably want to counter this one. Because this will count as like a 1 for 2. Which seems pretty good. Swift Spears, okay. If this is all they're doing, I'm happy to take it. They might be going for another light up the stage post-combat. Really, they're just passing turn. Alright, let's play the Captain Elm. Oh, we can't. We can only play Spell Queller. What am I thinking? I know you're supposed to play it, but I might hold on to Spell Queller for now. That's a shame. Okay. Okay, that's a good card. I think we want to preserve, even though it's sort of slow. Preserve our life total a little bit. So I've got 3 things we can do this turn. So we can vial in the Spell Queller, cast Force of Negation. We can vial in the Drogskal, cast Spell Queller, or we can vial in Drogskal, cast Force. So we've got a few things. Alright, let's They've definitely got some burn spells in hand. They didn't even play a land. Maybe they clunked up with Bedlam Revelers. I think... I don't like it, but I think we have to try and throw away the Drudge Skull here. And if they try to kill it in response, we can then either counter that spell or path the creature. So we'll attempt to get rid of Soul Scour. It's the more powerful creature. Lava Dart. So if we counter this, this gets exiled, which seems pretty worth it. But then our creature will die to the Soul Scourer Mage anyway. So maybe we... The other option is we process it, and then that still dies. Maybe... Alright, we'll let that happen. I assume he's going to be patient here now. So if we kill his Soul Scour Mage now... let's wait to see what they do post-combat. Spellqueller's just going to die to a Lava Dart anyway. Alright, let's get rid of this with Path. I probably should have shocked that Hallowed Fountain in last turn, and then I wouldn't have been stuck not casting Spellqueller. Alright, Mariner's not terrible. Alright. I still think I want to hold up Force of Negation though, so we're just going to Spellqueller into block. Force of Negation what he does, and then play Mariner the turn after. I know, this seems awful at the moment. I'm struggling to get any sort of, like, footing. Also, because we're just applying no pressure, our opponent's just not forcing it. They're just chipping away for little bits of damage. Let's play this Spellqueller. Alright, we've got to cast this now. That one. So exiling this is going to be pretty good. They've got the Lightning Bolt as well. Jesus. Is there anything my opponent doesn't have in hand? Okay, so a Path to Exile or a Deputy of Detention would be really nice in this next turn. Living on borrowed time here. That is neither. Alright, let's hope they have nothing and they don't draw anything off Sunbaked. I think we're pretty dead. Maybe that was a bad hand to keep, and I need to keep something with like a Mausoleum Wanderer in it. Or 2 mana creature, Aether Vial into 2 mana creature. Alright, so we have to chump block here. So we can flash block, and if they have nothing... Yikes. This is really tough. So discard Bedlam Reveler. They were clunked up on Bedlam Revelers. Alright. Opponent's got there. GG. Alright. Got walloped a little bit there. I think having the fourth path would help, but also seeing our sideboard cards would help as well. Yeah, what we really need is like a creature on the board that can help answer what they're attacking with. We either need a path to exile or a creature on the board that can answer what they're attacking with, and then we need to hold Spell Queller up after that because it's pretty bad otherwise. This hand isn't very good, but we do have a cycle land. So worst case scenario, turn 2 we can cycle. That doesn't sound great. I think it's just capable. Okay, so turn 1. I might play out the Waste, just so they might think we're on like Azura Hate Bears or something. Throw them off. Are we getting Thought Seized? This is so bad. Okay. It's only a Scapeshift deck. That's okay. We beat one of those before. We can do it again. Hey, that's a good step. That is a good step. Alright, I hope this works. I haven't tried it yet. Cool, it works. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're learning the nuances of the deck. They're playing Steve, okay. So how do I want to do this? Because they're just going to block and fog the damage. Do I want to play the Eagle out? Or do I want to hold up Path to Exile for Dryad? I think we need to get the Eagle out and start applying some pressure. And then next turn we can look to hold up Path and hold up Path and cycle my Waterlogged Grove. Wait, this is a shapeshifter. Oh, it's not got flying. Right, that's right. Yeah, this is like the one nombo with Empyrean Eagle, is it doesn't affect Mariner. Quite sad. Yeah, I was testing the list I saw before, which had 2 Giver of Rooms, and they just seemed so clunky and pointless. Like, they might protect your 2-mana creature if it's in your starting hand, and I don't know, just it seemed so bad. Maybe it was better if I played it as a 4-off, but I just prefer like threat density over that, with Noble Hierarch being an exception because it just accelerates your game plan, gives you Exalted. Really, really sweet card. Witch's Talisman. I have a feeling like our opponent is going to do some pretty disgusting stuff next turn. Alright, Mausoleum Wanderer is good. So now we're holding up either double path or path cycle my Waterlogged Grove and look to get some action to try and kill them a bit quicker than what we are. Alright, they're playing Steve. I can't remember what this deck looks to do with Talisman. Alright, so they're just passing, so we can cycle our Waterlogged Grove. Alright, that's a pretty horrible card to draw. That creature's not bad though. So now if they want to target anything, it's going to cost them 2 mana, and they've got 2 Mausoleum Wanderers to compete with. So we'll get 6 damage through, put them to 8, and then potentially kill them next turn if we draw something. Hopefully we don't get like Anger of the Gods, which they have mana to pay for through my Mausoleum Wanderers. Prime time, something even bigger. Jund Dragon. Flying haste. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of all dragons, then untap all dragons. Other dragon creatures you control have haste. So it's a flying haste dragon. Gotcha. Oh, what? No, not like this. That's so irritating. And they're not attacking with that one. Okay. Just that. That's pretty good for him. Alright, so I think we just cast our Path to Exile here, and then how do I do this? So ask me to pay for one separately, I guess. Yes. Yes. Man, that's so annoying. Alright. Big creatures down. We can attack for 6. Oh, man. Losing these guys is so irritating. He's on 1. You can do it, opponent. Do your junky thing. I thought I was versing Scapeshift, but I'm versing something else. It's great, because I still have no idea what he's doing. What big dragon's he playing now? Damn, we don't have a white card to pitch to Force of Negation there. Is it like a really big walking ballista? Or like a haste Hydra? I'm pretty sure we're dead here. Has he actually got anything, or is he just... Yeah, we got Witch's Talisman. Awesome. Dragonstorm. Dragonstorm? Alright, we're pretty dead. Oh my. Maybe one of their dragons doesn't have flying, or they don't have a third dragon, and we can path my own creature in response? No. Ah, well, we're just super dead. Wow. Guys, we just got dragon storms. Holy cow. Alright, so we want these. We want this. We kind of don't want these after what we saw. Damping Sphere seems pretty good too. I don't think we want deputies. Force of Negation seems okay. We might trim a path, because we only want to hit the dragons. We don't care about the Steves. Might also want to trim an Ether Vial here. Anything else I want to get rid of? Not hugely. Alright, let's go with that. Keep a pretty threat dense deck. Go again. We got close to killing them that game. They just 1 point off, and then they comboed super hard. Alright, opponent's taking a little bit longer to sideboard than what we have. Alright, and we are here. We will play first. This hand seems awful. This hand seems significantly better. I might get rid of the Phantasmal Image or the Damping Sphere. I might get rid of the Damping Sphere. Mausoleum Wanderer, you return too late, my friend. If we draw a land next turn, we can still cast it. See. Oh my goodness, deck. Why are you giving me all these cards so late? We'll get out our Phantom. This gives us Anger of the Gods protection. Hopefully we draw a land for this next turn, or it's going to be pretty sad. Oh, far out. Seriously? Just... This card is so freaking good. Snow permanents. Not even snow lands, snow permanents. How's anyone going to beat this piece of crap card? Holy crap. Don't worry about Anger of the Gods. They got a better version of it that only costs 1 black mana. Guess I should have played Mausoleum Wanderer Aether Vial next turn. Last turn. Well, this is freaking worthwhile. They got Distortion Strike, a Disdainful Strike for their big spell. And then we can Mausoleum Wanderer off the Vial the turn after. They're probably going to do something big here, I'm guessing. This is like so broken. Alright, let's stop this one. This is so broken, because even if you give your creatures indestructible with Selfless Spirit, they die to state-based effects, so you literally don't have any way around that card. As long as they're running snow mana, they have a better version of Toxic Deluge. It's absurd. It is so absurd. Sorry, maybe I should have cycled my Horizon Canopy then. It's a bit less. A bit tilted. I guess we just play out the other one. Yep. Only going to work if they're going for exactly something this turn. Exactly like non-creature spell. So like if they tried casting the Dragonstorm that they had last game. If they just cast a dragon, they're not going to do anything though. Target player taps all basic lands they control. Or untaps. Yeah, okay, that's what they played last game. I mean, they had 3 mana up, so it doesn't really matter if we try countering that now, try countering the next thing. Unless the next thing is a dragon that costs exactly an amount of mana. Maybe they'll try to make us sack. Oh god. Well, that's just resolving. Man, we've got some funky decks this league. Off-meta Scape Shift, and then some weird Dragonstorm John deck. You can bet whatever this is, we won't be able to interact with it. I mean, I like seeing a deck like this. It's crazy. Our opponents looks like they put a bit of time into it. We haven't been able to interact at all, really. Alright. Do we want to counter this? Probably not. I mean... I might just play around like a Blood Moon or something. Well, we flooded out. Feels bad. We drew just about literally the worst two cards we could have off the top of our deck, which were Mausoleum Wanderer and Aether Vial, and then we just drew lands. So Mausoleum Wanderer would have been fine in my opening hand, and it would have saved me from getting 2 for 1 and losing 4 mana worth of stuff, but, you know, not to be. He's playing Underworld Breach as well. That's filthy. I'm just going to pause, go to the bathroom quickly, and be back to finish it off. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if we can turn this league around. Get some nicer results here. I feel like I've versed this person before. I can't remember what they're on. I don't really like bottoming anything business-wise on the draw. Amulet Titan? Utopias, bro. Some sort of Ponza? Yeah, he's gone for red. Okay. So we might want to play around Blood Moon here. Or like Magus of the Moon. Let's play our white creature. Actually, no. We can just play instant speed Rattle Chains, can't we? We'll do that. Oh, he's searching all the basics. Alright, so there's the Kiora. So now they untap this land and have another 2 mana. Oh, here comes the Blood Moon. Can't do a huge amount about it either. At least we got blue mana we can try to operate off of. Maybe I would have been better off fetching the plains. And then, because I have more islands I can draw. Alas, we did not. So attacking Cora here and not attacking her is the same, so I might as well attack face for now. Guess I could have played Supreme Fountain instant speed. Held up Mausoleum Wanderer too. Still not that familiar with the deck, clearly. Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste can't be blocked by creatures with power of 2 or less. Combat damage that would be prevented by creatures can't be prevented. Target planeswalker control. Okay. Alright, so we can go this. That's not too bad. We can start recasting our things now. He's only got 2 cards in hand. I feel like this is a distraction and we just want to hit face. Try to race it. So we've got Instant Speed Mausoleum Wanderer up now. I don't think the Ponza deck runs as much land destruction as what it used to. Glorybringer. Well, that could be a big issue. Wait, it really has a static effect which lets them draw a card? It's broken. Now this is gonna kill my Supreme Phantom, I'm guessing. Kill my Rattlechains. Alright, let's respond to that. Flash in my creature while we still can. We're taking 4. Oh, and they get to untap it because of this freaking Korra? Okay, that's irritating. That's a Rattlechains. That could be handy. We can't really attack because they got this stupid thing out. Alright, so we look to Rattlechains. Just save what they're killing. And then we might look to double block and kill the Glorybringer. Not sure how we beat this questing beast though. And they've got some other strong card about to come down. Bloodbraid. Nah. Something bigger again. Thundermaw Hellkite. I guess we're not chump blocking anymore. Man, this deck is gonna mess us up so bad. The fact that they've got like bigger flying creatures is and our spell Quellers will do nothing is a really big issue here. We might be able to get a questing beast at best. God damn it. Alright, so he's going for the Supreme Phantom here. We can give it hexproof. And we need to chump block something or we're dead, so... Oh, we're just dead anyway. Cool. Alright. Let's see if we can improve this post-board. So the Disdainful Strokes come in. The Deputy of Detentions come in. And we don't have any... We can kill an enchantment, but it's not very good. We can kill Blood Moon. Maybe. I'm not in love with Spell Queller. I think I might take a couple of those out. Selfless Spirit seems useful. Rattle Chains doesn't seem amazing, but it does protect our stuff. We want the paths. Force of Negation hits Blood Moon, but not much else. We might be better off just removing them, countering their creatures and hoping they don't have Blood Moon, I guess. Alright. Sure, we'll keep this. Let's get that. I don't know what color basic land I want to get yet. I'm gonna lead on Hallowed Fountain. Like, if we get the white one, we can cast our disenchants, but if we get the island, we can cast the cards that are in our hand, so it's probably island, and we can cast our counter magic too. So as long as they don't turn one Blood Moon here, I'm not punished. Watching me get punished. Man, matchups are like super easy, and with Boggles, like, I'm getting absolutely smacked around here. So we can do everything we need to do at instant speed, no need to do it here. Interesting, our opponent's done nothing. Alright, let's activate. Get Mausoleum Wanderer in. Get Rattle Chains in. Then we have Instant Speed Eagle. They like bolting or something in response. So they might just have Blood Moon and that's all. I think I like going as aggressive as possible here, and then we can hold up Disdainful Stroke for when they actually get to 4 mana. They're only going to have 3 next turn, unless they Simian Spirit Guard something. Alright, so we just got like a really, really aggressive turn from that draw. Attack for 9, that's a lot of damage. Alright. Opponent's seen enough. I might bring another Aether Vial in on the draw. Spell Queller is probably completely dead when we're drawing as well. Okay. Let's run that. Yeah, so that was sweet. If the deck played out with like that every game, that would be just great. I think that was on a Molder 6 as well. No, I kept a 7. Never mind. This hand is like uber slow. I don't like it. We do have Aether Vial, which gets around Blood Moon, but no. No. Alright, so we can keep this. We'll bottom one Aether Vial. We might need to look at holding up Disenchant at some stage. Get these Aether Vials out and online, or this Aether Vial out and online. Hopefully draw a white source via Flooded Strand or just basic planes. So we can cast our stuff around Blood Moon there. Alright, no need to shock. Playing both of these cards might discourage them to Blood Moon. They might like Korra or something instead. And they could also be playing like Mages of the Moon. Just keep that in mind. Alright, here comes the Blood Moon. Hey, look at me, I win free games. Yay! Blood Moon Chalice, fun cards. Oh god. I literally hope that that's all his hand had going for him. This was a good draw. Alright, Devotion 7 isn't a creature. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land card, add mana to your mana pool. Otherwise, gain 2 life and deal 2 damage to each opponent. And that's got a million words and costs 3 mana, so that's cool. That's not scary or anything. Alright, we're getting closer to casting Deputy, which we can get rid of that with. So we can get that off the Aether Vial next turn. As long as he doesn't add 7 Devotion, which I don't think he'll be able to. He's probably just adding mana. Looking to ramp into something big. Okay, he's getting rid of Once Upon a Time. Yeah. Arbor Elf. You got it, Chief. Alright, so it looks like his hand hasn't got much outside of what we've just seen. So what we can actually do, we don't need to worry about this yet. We can instant speed it in and we can hold up both Path and Disenchant by taking Blood Moon. And then this has got Indestructible, but if it's ever a creature we can Path it. Glorybringer. That's not a nice creature. Just looking to drain the life at the moment, my opponent. Alright, so we can beat just Glorybringer. Alright, so he'll go to combat. So go to beginning of combat. We'll activate our vial. We'll use its ability. Drop our creature. Get rid of the Blood Moon. Path the Glorybringer. Alright. Good. Alright, let's start this attack. We want to start seeing creatures soon. Hitting our 5th land of the game is not what we want to be. 6th if you count the Ether Vial as a land source. Man, he's drained us for like 8 now. This is ridiculous. Oh, sorry, 6. He's drained us for 6. Alright, well he's got an Arbor Elves though. I don't see any reason to rush the disenchant here. We can hold on to it. For now, we can also just keep drawing lands. I'd like that. I love drawing mono lands. Got more lands than our Ponza opponent. It seems a bit bizarre. And every creature they block with is like 2 life we get drained for and 2 life they gain. We're chipping them for 1 a turn. Maybe I just shouldn't attack with Deputy. God damn it. Alright. So we take 5 in the air if he chooses to attack. Which he might not. Okay. Opponent's got his aggro on. Beautiful. So we don't need to use this on Hellkite yet. I'm just gonna attack with both of these. I'm not gonna attack with the other one. I don't want them gaining another 2 life and draining me for another 2 damage. I'm getting a little low and a little tired of how broken this bloody card is. Alright. So, in response to that trigger, I think we just run the disenchant out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Let's just... Wooded Foothill should count as a mana as well. Blood Moon. Hardcast Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. That's alright. I really want to get rid of this god, but taking 5 damage is not acceptable at all. Okay, that's a creature. So that adds power for our other Mausoleum Wanderer on board. And they've already got... I guess we need them on... I could have attacked with 1. Man, this is ridiculous. Is that a Blood Moon? I don't really care about Blood Moon at this stage. Show me creature. Alright, thank you for the creature. We might have lethal here off that. Oh, we have 10. Holy crap. Oh. Wow. Alright, so we somehow scraped through against Ponza. Game 2 we had a really aggressive hand. Game 3 we didn't have that good a hand. Oh, it wasn't too bad of a hand. We didn't draw well. We drew way too many mana sources. But they had not very much going on apart from the Blood Moon and the God. So we're able to scrape through. Wow. Jesus. Definitely good drawing the last two creatures in that sequence and not the reverse one, because Supreme Phantom... Oh, actually, no, it might have been the same damage. Yeah, we can keep this. One too many land, but we've got perfect curve here. Okay, we're versing Neoform, so that's just great. But hey, we got this funky guy called Mausoleum Wanderer. Seems pretty good. You can have the Serum Visions, opponent. And as long as we keep adding power with our lords here, they every turn they delay, we're going to keep adding the power up on Mausoleum Wanderer. So if they're delaying to pay for the X on their Neoform or Eldritch Evolution, they're just going to have to continue doing that. I think their better line is just drop Allosaurus Rider and start beating down on the ground. This deck seems like way better placed against Neoform than what Bogles does as well, because you've got 2 main deck Force, 4 main deck Mausoleum Wanderers, and 4 Spell Quellers, all of which interact with their unfair combo. Seems pretty good. And then post board we've also got our Ashiok, and Damping Sphere will help as well with the Nourishing Shoals. They won't be able to do them for free. Alright. Get that old attack for 3 happening. I might have been better off playing the Flooded Strand and fetching for basic land just to thin my deck. So yeah. Opponent is forced to delay again. Wow, I'm just drawing hot, aren't I? Yeah, it's a beach. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was mean. I shouldn't have said such a terrible joke. Alright, good good attack in. We've got them to 9 and they're gonna scoop. Alright, good showing. Alright, so this can work. This does work. This won't do anything. This won't do anything. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright, so I like all my lords. As you saw, they were buffing the Mausoleum Wanderers there. Selfless Spirit and Phantasmal Image don't do much. Phantasmal Image is Iglesias blue, and it can copy a Lord and continue pumping Mausoleum Wanderer, or I can make a second Mausoleum Wanderer. That, or I could just remove Path. Yeah, I like this. Oh, damn. Not... okay, this seems pretty capable. I don't know, like, if I'm feeling nice, I might concede after, like, winning through, but I'd be wanting to get my prize in return. I mean, asking for a free win seems a bit soft, but I think asking for it's okay, but if they try to bribe you, it's actually against the rules of, like, gambling or whatever, or I don't know, there's something funky. Yeah, I don't know why I'd want to just concede for free. I once had an opponent offer me the same thing, and I actually took it, but I was on like a losing record and it was a bad matchup and things, but I don't know. I was feeling generous that day, I suppose. Okay. Alright, so we can name our spirit here. Play our Mausoleum Wanderer. And then we can instant speed buff it with Rattle Chains next turn. Okay. Alright, our opponent didn't want to play through the hate. But yeah, we definitely had game. We got to attack for 1 next turn while holding up interaction. The turn after that, we again... we attack for 1, we pass, we hold up Rattle Chains. Rattle Chains can instant speed buff this to a 2/2 to counter the Neo form. The turn after that, we've got instant speed Dodge Skull Captain through the Rattle Chains or Spell Queller to process this spell. So that was like a very strong hand, and if they didn't go off on turn 1, like I think they had Eldritch Evolution maybe instead, because they went for the Metamorphose and they were looking for like the Neo form. But yeah, that was good hand, good interaction in that matchup. Yeah, so there's the deck. Pretty happy with it. I think if you want to have some fun, pick something up that's a bit different, I recommend it. I do recommend the Eagles. I liked them in the league. Having the extra 2 Lords, I think, helped. They don't work with the Unsettled Mariners, and that's a bit sad. Unsettled Mariner, I didn't really see much. You'd do much here, but then if you verse something like Jund or Death Shadow, it's pretty strong. And you sort of want it in your list. Things I might want more of is like another Path to Exile, either in the main or the side. Phantasmal Image seemed fine. I think I like this split of 3 Image, 2 Eagles, and 3 Unsettled, 3 Spirit. Selfless Spirit, that is. Yeah. I think I'm pretty happy with the main deck. The sideboard, I'm not really sure what the Stony Silence is in there for. I think it was an old list and Stony Silence is a bit dead. I should probably be removing that for something else. Rest in Peace was fine. We brought it in against some stuff. We brought it in against the Yawgmoth combo deck. Disenchant was... yeah, it hit some stuff. It wasn't amazing. I guess when you need it, it can be really good though. Other options for sideboard... you could look at like Reflector Mages, you could look at another Ashiok, different Counterspell Magic Suite, Mystical Dispute. Yeah. Lots of different options with the sideboard. I think I might have a think and rework it and let you guys know what I come up with later on. But yeah, I'm going to wrap that video up now. I've probably kept you guys for long enough. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see something like this. I don't know, like once a fortnight or something like that. And I'll look to include something new content-wise that's just not hexproof creatures. For like videos like this where I use a new deck, I am going to just do like the full league, just so you can still get your daily Boggles content. Then if you choose like you want to watch this league and see what the other deck's about, you're welcome to do it. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, other than that, I want to work towards obviously getting the Noble Hierarch in and running a more aggressive version, maybe cutting down on some Mariners or Phantasmal Images, upping the number of Eagles, and just going like super ham, getting to those 3 drops early. But yeah, thanks guys, had a lot of fun playing this, hope you enjoyed it too.